Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Kulkarni. I am a student of IIC Bangalore currently. I am in first year. So I took GATE in 2016 and I got an All India rank of 3 in GATE CSE. So I will be talking to you. So I am sure you have taken your GATEs and you have seen your results by now. And because you are seeing this video, I'm sure you must have qualified your GATE, and a very congratulations to all of you. I am very happy for you. So I will be talking with you about what to do now that you have received your GATE scores, how to go ahead about it, and what opportunities do you have with your GATE scores. So first of all, GATE score will be important in when you want to take admissions to MTech program, then MTech research programs, which are known as the MS programs in some institutes. There are PhD programs which also take admissions through GATE. Then there are abroad universities in Singapore like NTU and NUS. They also take admission through GATE. Certain PSUs take admission through GATE, and there is the junior research fellows in some government institutes like DRDO, ISRO. They will also consider GATE score for recruitments. And then there are some management courses like the IME course in IIT Kanpur and the PGDIE course in NIT IE Mumbai. So basically, because you have taken GATE in computer science, and I'll be talking about computer science, because you have taken in GATE in computer science, you will be interested in a master's or a PhD in computer science engineering. Then some other disciplines that you can apply to are mathematical and computing engineering programs at IIT Kharagpur. And there are some interdisciplinary programs like the security systems program or the system science and automation program. These programs, you can also apply for these programs. So you can just go to the website of a particular institute. Like if you want to take into IIT Kanpur or IIT Bombay or IISc Bangalore, you can just go to the website of that institute and you can just check that which all departments and which all programs are accepting GATE scores in computer science. So sometimes I think even IISc Bangalore DESE branch, that is the electronics branch, they will also accept GATE scores. So when you apply for GATE scores in this way for departments, so if you have taken GATE in CS and you are applying for CS, then there might be some person who has taken GATE in some other field like electronics and is applying for computer science. In that case, your AIR will not be considered, but your GATE scores will be considered for comparison. So if you have an AIR of say basically different when, so an instrumentation student might have AIR 2, but his GATE score will be less because there are fewer students in instrumentation. So an AIR 2 in instrumentation might have GATE score of say 950 or 970, but an AIR 2 in computer science will have a GATE score of 1000, then AIR 3 or 4. So that then the 1000 score will be considered over 990. So that is how GATE score and GATE rank works. Yeah. So basically there are different programs like MTech, PhD, MTech research. So MTech and MTech research, or MTech with TA-ship and MTech with RA-ship, or the MS programs. So they differ in this way that MTech research, MTech with research assistantship and MS programs are the same things. They go with different names in different universities. And MTech with TA-ship, these are same programs and different universities call them differently. So the difference between these programs is that MTech or MTech with TA. So these two programs are course-oriented programs. So majority of your time will be in coursework. So you will be spending at least 2 semesters in complete coursework. From 3rd semester, you might start with your project work, and 3rd and 4th semester will be spent in project work. So these programs are 2-year programs. The MS or MTech with RA or MTech research programs, they can extend up to 3 years. So IITs will always have a 3-year programs. IISc has a 2 to 3 year program. So in these programs, you have 1 semester of coursework. All the other semesters are given for project work. So basically, the expectation from research students is that you will publish a result and get a paper or something like that. So MTech research is project oriented, research based program, and MTech is a course based program in which you will be mainly concentrating on coursework. So this is the general difference between these two programs, and you can, yeah, so after GATE, so for admission into these programs, so for MTech program, you will have a direct admission into most of the institutes. Some institutes may further conduct a return test and an interview. you have to go through that admission procedure. But for MTech Research or MS or MTech with RA, there will always be a return test and an interview held. So even if you are AR1, most of the universities will always take through interview only. You will not get direct admission to research programs. So there are three basic things: either direct admission through GATE, or GATE plus an interview, or GATE plus written exam plus interview. So this depends on the university, but mostly MTech programs will give direct admission. MTech Research and MS programs will have a GATE score, then a written exam, and then an interview, or GATE score and then an interview. One of these two things. So in 2016, the GATE cutoffs were, so highest was 85.95 and the average score was around 33. The minimum score was around 16. So depending on these scores with this statistics, the GATE cutoffs were that IIT Bombay, IISc, IIT Delhi. So the older IITs and IICs, they closed at GATE score of 750. 750 to 800, all of them closed. Then the newer IITs like IIT Goa, IIT Hyderabad, IIT Roorkee, these closed around 650 to 700. Then the NITs, the older NITs like NIT Trichy, Surathkal, Warangal, Calicut, these NITs closed like IITs almost around 750 to 800. And the newer NITs like the Delhi and NIT Allahabad and all, they closed around 700. So you can refer to the slides and check the cutoffs. So the cutoffs I mentioned were for general category. For other category cutoffs, you can look at the slides, you can go to the web pages. So every institute has all the statistics of how and where the admissions had closed. So you can very easily access that information on every website. So yeah, so let us go by ranks. So if you have a rank above 50, then you're like very happy, you're done for. Any institute will give you direct admission into the MTech program. MTech Research program, you will again have to go through the return test and the interview. So IIT Bombay and IISc Bangalore are the generally very popular institutes for these ranks for people who have ranks above 50. So IISc Bangalore has very good research opportunities and an excellent environment for research. So you will be working with like-minded people. So there are mostly masters and PhD students over there. There are no undergrad students at IISc in CS. So that is why people are like more serious kind of thing. And yeah, there are very good research opportunities at IISc. At IIT Bombay, there are again excellent research opportunities. There are very good placement opportunities also at IIT Bombay. And there are undergrads, so you will be competing with the undergrads also. That will be a very good experience, I guess. And yes, so IIT Bombay has very good industry opportunities. IISc Bangalore has very good research opportunities. And yeah, both have their own pros and cons, both the institutes, and you can choose whichever you want according to your convenience. And then we have IIT Delhi, Kanpur, Madras. These are also very good universities. Of course, these are the old IITs. You can choose, yeah, you can, if you want, you can choose them. So all these IITs and IICs, basically the older IITs and IIScs are generally at the same level. And so you might have some personal preference or something on which you decide which institute to take. So yeah. Then we have IIT Kharagpur, Triple IITs are also very good. Triple IITs in Hyderabad, Triple IIT Bangalore. So these are also very good institutes and you can apply to them. Then come the newer IITs, slightly newer, basically not very new, the old new IITs. The IIT Guwahati, IIT Roorkee, IIT BHU, Banaras Hindu University. These are also very good universities. And then come IIT Bhubaneswar, IIT Gandhinagar. So recently IIT Hyderabad and IIT Rajasthan have very good faculty. So they have excellent young faculty and that is a very good point for pursuing an MTech over there. You'll be working with very nice faculty members. Then there is IIT Indore, IIT Mandi, IIT Patna, IIT Ropar. These are also very good. So you can apply to them. And then comes the NITs. So the top four NITs, NIT Trichy, Warangal, Surathkal, Calicut. Then come NIT Delhi, NIT Allahabad. And after that you have NIT Rourkela, NIT Jamshedpur, then Durgapur, NIT Jalandhar, NIT Raipur, Jaipur. And then we have Jadavpur University at Kolkata. And then there are the next group is IIT DTU, Delhi Technological University, BITS Pilani. BITS Pilani is also excellent for masters. Then there is the COEP in Pune, Anna University in Chennai. So these are also good universities. You can apply for them. And afterwards come the government universities and private engineering colleges. So yeah, so these are the main IITs and NITs and private engineering colleges that you can apply to in this preference. So these are arranged only in a general majority popularity order. Of course, your preferences order may vary and you can apply in whatever you want. So yeah, so I will be talking with you about the detailed procedure at IISc, at IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, Kanpur. And I will also tell a bit about how to apply for the PGDI course at NITI in Mumbai, and a very slight description about how PSUs and NTU, NUS and the Indian Statistical Institutes ISIs take their admission. So we'll go in this order one by one. So first of all, IISc. So IISc offers two masters program. There is a masters MTech program for coursework, and there is an MTech research program. So MTech program will always, so IISc gives admission to MTech program through direct admission. So around, so I guess last year AIR 700 up to AIR 700 got in till the last round. 700 to 800 people got in till the last round. And for MTech research around AIR 1000 people had come. So up to AIR 1000 was the cutoff. So yeah. So these were the cutoffs in 2016, and MTech is given direct admission. MTech research has to go through a return test and an interview. So depending on your GATE score, you will be, so for MTech there is direct admission. For MTech research, depending on your GATE score, they will have a shortlist. After you are shortlisted, if you are shortlisted for the return test, then you will have a return test, and if again you are shortlisted through the return test, you will have a personal interview. So before the return test, you have to choose one of three different streams basically. So one is theoretical computer science, one is systems, and the third is intelligent systems. So theoretical computer science is algorithms and complexity, graph theory, those courses. Cryptography is also excellent. There is very good cryptography in IISc. So these are in theoretical computer science. In systems, you have operating systems, then software engineering, computer architecture, compiler design. These come in systems pool. And the third pool is of intelligent systems, where you have machine learning, human-computer interaction, and other such subjects. So before the return test, you will have to select one of these three. Depending on which you select, you will be giving a return test in that field. Now the return test, the website of IISc has some information about what to prepare for return test. So, but basically in general you will need everything that you have done in your undergraduate for the return test. Everything in undergraduate, everything in GATE. So prepare well for that and you will be able to clear the return test. So return test of IISc is pretty easy and you can clear it if you have studied well. After the return test, there is the interview round. So interview rounds are supposed to be quite tough. I have heard that they were pretty tough. But the professors, the panelists over there, they are very helpful. So even if you're not able to answer a question, they will guide you through the solution if they think you have the correct direction. And don't worry if you are not able to actually answer the entire thing. They basically want to check how good you are at trying something when something new comes in front of you. So even if you don't understand the question, you should try something. So just try something. Don't give up over there, and you will go through the interview pretty well. So this is about admission to MTech research program. Right. So now we'll talk about IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay, like IISc, offers two different masters program. They call it MTech with TA-ship, that is teaching assistantship, and MTech with RA-ship, that is research assistantship. So IISc program, the MTech research program, that can be finished in 2 years if you publish your result in 2 years. But MTech with RA-ship at IIT Bombay will always go to 3 years. It is a compulsory 3-year program. MTech with TA-ship is a 2-year program. It is similar to MTech coursework program at IISc, and MTech with RA-ship is similar to MTech research program at IISc. So MTech TA-ship program at IIT Bombay, that will take direct admissions. MTech with RA-ship will have a return test and then an interview for admissions. So there are also on-spot rounds for MTech with IIT, for MTech at IIT Bombay with TA-ship. You can just check their website and there it will be detailed out very nice. It is given very nicely in good detail on their website. Yeah. So that is about IIT Bombay. So next we'll see IIT Delhi. IIT Delhi again has MTech with TA, MTech with RA, MTech with TA direct admission, MTech with RA admission through return test and interview. Yeah. Then we have IIT Madras. So IIT Madras has a procedure very similar to IISc Bangalore. They also have 3 different pools of which you have to select. So similar pools: theoretical computer science, systems and machine learning for the research program. The MTech program is a direct admission program. The MTech research program, select one of the 3 pools, give a return test on that and then an interview in the particular pool. So the return test of IIT Madras shortlists a lot of students. So there will be around 600 to 500 students shortlisted for the return test of IIT Madras. And after that, the written test is supposed to be very tough. So it is supposed to be tougher than IISc's written test, but the interview rounds are supposed to be easier. So if you clear IIT Madras written test very nicely, you are pretty much sure to be selected later. Yeah. So this is about IIT Madras. Then IIT Kharagpur. IIT Kharagpur offers direct admission for MTech in CS, and it also has a maths and computing degree that also has a direct admission. So right now, as they have stated on their website, they say that they have direct admission for both the MTech program and the Masters in Maths and Computing program, MSc program. So IIT Kanpur. So IIT Kanpur in 2016, that is when I was appearing, when I took GATE. In 2016, IIT Kanpur had a coding test for admission to MTech first. So the coding round was not very difficult. If you are in touch with competitive coding even slightly, the questions are nice and they are just meant to check your aptitude and some coding skills. So if you are in touch with competitive coding even slightly, you will be able to clear the coding round. So after the coding round, there is probably an interview round upon which you will be selected. So this is for MTech in IIT Kanpur. IIT Kanpur also offers a management degree in industrial management and engineering that will shortlist based on your GATE scores. On your GATE scores, they will call you for further rounds and they will have a group discussion session and a personal interview session. So if you want to do management at IIT Kanpur, so there is the IME course, and for it you will be shortlisted through GATE. After GATE there is a group discussion round. After group discussion round there is a personal interview round. This is about IIT Kanpur. Then NIT IE in Mumbai. So NIT IE offers a management course of PGDIE. This course, they also like IME course in IIT Kanpur, they will shortlist based on your GATE score. After GATE score, there is a group discussion round and a personal interview round, and depending on that, you will be shortlisted. So for cutoffs for NIT IE, you can visit their website, but generally AIR 1000 to 1500 people will be selected. But this again varies with year to year. Then PSUs. PSUs are another important reason why people take GATE, why you must have taken GATE. So PSUs admission procedures goes throughout, so it happens according to the PSUs at different times. So GATE Academy website has a web page. On their page they will have, a page for PSU admission. So they will just update whenever a new PSU declares that it is recruiting, they will update it on the website. They will also send an SMS notification to you. So you can visit their website for it. So basically PSUs have 85% weightage to GATE score. And if your AIR is above 300, then you are it is pretty sure that you will get into any PSU that you want. And the PSUs also, so they will first shortlist on GATE score. Then they will either have a return test or they will call directly for interviews. After the interviews, they will be shortlisting. So there might be even multiple rounds of interviews depending on what PSU you are going to. Yeah. And then there is the Singapore universities, NTU and NUS. These are excellent universities of Singapore. They are the top 2 universities over there. And they have recently, like I think for past 2 years, they have started accepting students from India on GATE score also. So the NUS is National University of Singapore and NTU is Nanyang Technological University. So these two universities, they accept GATE scores. So basically that GATE score is only as a cutoff method. So if you are in the above 90th percentile, then they will select you. And then after that, the next admission process depends on your profile, like what internships you have done, what kind of projects you have done, and basically your resume, how much, basically your resume. So any coding competitions, any internships, they will all contribute towards getting admission into NTU and NUS. So there are also some scholarships available for Indian students. You can check it up on their website. And yeah, so that is basically about NTU and NUS. And there are ISIs in India. So ISIs at Kolkata, Bangalore and Chennai, these three, so Kolkata, Bangalore and Chennai ISI, they offer MTech in computer science degree also. So the procedure is they will shortlist on GATE score, then there will be a return test and an interview for admission into these programs. So if you have a BTech in CS, so you can just go on the webpage of ISI and they have detailed out the procedure very nicely. These three ISIs offer a degree in MTech Computer Science, and the ISIs are excellent universities. So that is another university that you can apply to. So that is what was the agenda for today. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, you can write down in the comment section down, and I will be happy to answer these questions. Thank you.